checking out the video. Wanted to do something a little different today. You know, so often we spawn into these maps and we don't ever really get a minute to see all the minute details that the developers put into it. So I wanted to take some time and go through and just explore all the nooks and crannies and see what fun little stuff we can find on the map that we don't really get a chance to see before everything starts blowing up. Be sure to watch to the end of the video. I found a somewhat hidden area in the back that would not have normally found had I not gone through and done this, and I think you'll like it. I'm going to be going through the map in the order that you would be going through if you were playing offense on Breakthrough. This seems like that's going to be the most sensible way to kind of go through and check everything out. Now, when you do spawn in, you will most likely be facing this direction, which would be the direction of the objective. However, I decided to come back here and see what was going on first. At first glance, it seems like a pretty solid forward operating base. We got some key things here. Leaf spinach, cream of chicken, and a Mr. Fizz soda and MREs. So that's what the soda soldiers in the game eat. They eat spinach, cream of chicken, and Mr. Fizz. If you come over here, you'll see a map of what's supposed to be New York City. It's not quite a 1-to-1 ratio, but I looked over an actual map, and if I'm looking at it right, I believe this northern section is the financial district, and down here it would be the Brooklyn Heights, which is where the map takes place. This gets further backed up. If you come over here, you can vaguely in the distance see the Statue of Liberty. So because of that, I've never been to New York, so if anyone has and is willing to correct me, please do. But my understanding is that's the financial district. Over here is the Brooklyn Heights. If you come further back here, you can see there are other explosions and fires going on throughout the city. So clearly this is not the only point that is attacked during this assault. I didn't find much else in the rest of the spawn area back here. However, I did find this forklift that you cannot drive. I do think it would be hilarious, Dice, if we could make this into an actual vehicle like we do the golf carts, you know, give us a little comedy relief in an otherwise pretty serious map. Now, when you first spawn in, you essentially have 3 attack routes you can work your way through. The first one starts over here with the shops. Second, we have a long sight line directly to the objective, and then to the right is a sort of back alley path you can try to snake through and get up behind the enemy. One thing I noticed is that this fire truck has these sort of steps right here, and you almost think you'd be able to climb them, but it doesn't seem like you can really jump up them, unfortunately. It would be cool if we could get a small little mini ladder set up here. That'd be a good sight line over the objective. Starting with the left side, there are several storefronts you can push your way through. We got Double Dip Donuts, Always Secure Insurance, and Care Development Group, and the East River Grill. Let's go and check them out. First things first, we got this side room. I do like to come up here sometimes and give it a run. It curves around, and you can see you have an excellent advantage over the next open area. Unfortunately, there's not much cover here, so it is kind of a high-risk, high-reward spot. I didn't realize this, but it turns out you can actually get on top of this truck. So if you were playing recon, you could potentially come over here and have an even longer sort of sight line over the next area, potentially help your teammates push up. And also, if you're playing defensively, I didn't realize this was here either, but you have a nice little side pocket. You can come here and try to get some very high-risk, high-reward kills, but I could see it happening. Up first, we got Double Dip Donuts, and when you come in here, it is essentially just a dead end for assault. I'm going to see if I can break down this door. Alright, so the hammer doesn't really seem to do it. Let's try the breaching grenade launcher. Alright, well, it looks like this door is pretty much indestructible, so that kind of makes this room a dead end. I suppose if you're playing defense, you could try to run out here and have a nice little hidey hole. Try to get to the jump on some people. Secure Insurance. We open this door and come up through here, and it looks like we have, again, another nice little overlook onto the next area in the advancement. So you could potentially have a couple guys come here and a couple guys go over to the other spot, and you'd have a nice little vantage point for whoever's trying to hole up over here and stop your advance. As I was coming out of the office, I noticed these adverts at the bus stop here. On the bench, we got Oscar's Pizza Gut Buster deal for only $15.99. It's a pretty good deal for a pizza these days. Another map of this area of the city, and then a movie poster for Battle Save Us. I have no idea what that's supposed to be, but there you go. Over here we got In Care Development. Let's go see what they got going on. This looks to be some kind of mini little office area. I don't know. Doesn't exactly say what they might be selling. And however, if you come here, this door opens up into the restaurant next door. All right, coming into here, we got a nice little cozy sort of bistro area. This area always gets a lot of traffic. Cubbyhole. I didn't know this was here either. I'm seeing all these new little spots now that I'm taking time to comb over the map. I had no idea this was here. Now this restaurant can be a little dangerous to move here because if you come around the left side, you are opening up yourself to new sight lines from the main street, and the enemy comes from that direction typically. I've also never noticed, but all throughout the map are these giant red what I'm assuming are propane tanks. Usually by the time you get to them, they've been blown up. But here's one. We'll see a few more. There's a note. It says, keep ice cream stocked at all times. Oh, well, there you go. Alright, well there you go. Shooting that takes out the wall. And I think on that note, we're good to move into the next area. So if you come out the back door of the restaurant, it takes you into the next section. I always find this area kind of hard to move through because as offense, you're kind of laned into this open area. And there's not a whole lot of different ways to go about it. But defense, however, has a couple of different ways they can get dug in. Look, there's another red propane tank. Over here we got another forklift. Again, it would be cool if I could hop into this thing and just drive it through the enemy defenses there. I think that'd be pretty funny. Over here we got some graffiti. I got no idea what it's supposed to say. If you know, please point it out. As well as another unopenable door here. It's just a dead end. Oh, you actually leave the combat area here technically. Alright, there you go. So I guess there's also this red barrel here. Again, I've never seen this before because by the time you get here, it's usually been blown up. Oh, we got the basketball court. It's been commandeered to set up some sort of anti-air unit. And then also, look, another red propane tank. Before I blow it up, I wanted to point out the mural here. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. He's wearing what looks like a Letterman jacket, but then he's got the number 48 on his left arm. In my experience, most people don't put numbers on their Letterman jackets, so maybe it's something else. Or maybe you can tell me if you know why they'd be doing that. And then you'll also notice he's getting shot in the back with an arrow with the text, "Beware the flatterer," to the side of it. That's kind of strange. It's interesting having this here, though, because over there is the main spot where people will try to play recon and get some high ground and try to snipe people as they're coming open out of this basketball court area. All right, now that we got that, let's just blow this up and see what it does. Coming into this back corner here, this is a really good corner for people playing defense on this section because you come up here, you've got a viewpoint of all the various windows we just came from, as well as where people will most likely be coming down through the first story of the building. I forgot to mention this. When you come out of the bistro, if you take it right, there's actually 2 more rooms here. The first one goes nowhere, but if things are getting kind of dicey out there, you can come down here and bunker down for a minute. And then the next one is another sort of restaurant, cafe, pizza place. And we got some more bathrooms. You could be a rat in if that's your style. But what's cool is that this way actually comes back out into the main street. And so this can be another good spot to throw up some barriers and try to get some territory taken. I found another, as I was doing that, I saw this room. I don't think I've been up here either, but it looks like if you come up here, you have a pretty, it's not the best vantage point. Okay, now you can actually open. When I saw this picture, I thought it was a scantily clad lady at first, but then you zoom in, it's just a dog. But this is like the camper's room. You have excellent sight line over where the objectives would be, and you have a quick way out in case people start picking up what you're doing. Oh, and then it turns out this door also opens up, and you have a nice little hidey room. I didn't know this was here. I think next time I play this map, I'm going to get a weapon with a suppressor, come up here and just be a POS. Okay, again, we got another secret room. I had no idea this was here. So again, this is at the back corner where the that red propane tank was. But yeah, we have another nice little hidey spot. You could come in here and try to jump out. I'm starting to realize this map has a lot of little rat holes that you can hide in and try to catch someone by surprise. Come down this alleyway. This alleyway it's hard to move up because, again, guys will be up on the third and second stories, and they will definitely be shooting down into this area. But if you can get through it, it does bring you right out the back to the objective. This is the second time I just noticed this H-2. I don't know if you saw it, but it was over there on the first set of graffiti as well. I saw it over there, made a mental note because I had a feeling I was going to see it again, and here it is. The text says "Don't stop," which again feels intentional considering there will usually be enemies in these windows shooting down at you. And if you come here and take a right, this graffiti says "Save," which kind of makes sense because if you can make it here, you got a little bit of a safe spot, barring them throwing any grenades or grenade launchers on you. So that's kind of it for the first section. You got a couple different routes to kind of move in through there and try to get on the left flank of the objective. Up next we have what is the most direct path to the objective, which is just to go straight down the street. So I was about to comment that there's not really a whole lot to this street, but it turns out there's a whole stack of 5 plus 1 to the size off to the side red propane tanks here. Again, I've never seen this before because I'm sure this gets blown up in the first 20 seconds of every... What was that? Anyways, there's another propane tank right. It sounded like someone was shooting at me, but... Well, anyways. Let's go ahead and let's light this up. Maybe they don't blow up. Shit. Oh, there it goes. Moving up further along the left side of the street, not much. This is just how you would go if you decide to go this way to the objective. Got the basketball court to the left there. Let's see what all these side businesses are. Up first, we got the fire station. You've probably come through here plenty of times. This is goes into what would be the right route, as in the to the right around the backside towards the objective. We're going to hold off on that and just kind of check out these side businesses. Up first, we got New York Electronics. Let's go in here. Again, it's another room with a nice counter. You can duck down behind. A couple of iPhones. Not a whole lot. This door doesn't go anywhere, no. I noticed on this computer it says there's kind of an earthquake warning, but it's hard to tell if that's going off in New York. I would imagine all the various explosions would set off some kind of earthquake warning. Up next is Zip Ship. We'll take a look at here. It looks like another office building, but this one actually goes through into the back alley. The fire department's right there. That's where you would come through normally to move around towards the objective. So you can come through here and keep going that way, or loop around to the left side here and come back into the main street. Over here we got Summit Financial Services. This is actually a really good spot to run to if your team does take the objective. If you can get here prematurely, you can possibly catch some guys unaware over on what will be the next objective on the map. And it gives you a nice little vantage point over the firehouse back parking lot. If you do loop around the left side, we next have a sort of outdoor bar here. This is cool. The left side doesn't offer much protection, but it can keep you visibly low, as you can pretend. Oh, look, another another propane tank. There's so many of these, but I never realized because by the time you get here, they get blown up. Let's look at the menu first. I think one of the most unbelievable things in this game is that you could come to a place like this in the heart of New York and get cocktails for as little as $5, $6, $7. I don't know what. I think whoever decided these prices probably never lived in a city themselves. And then we got some more soda flavors. They both say Mr. Fizz, but I'm assuming this is orange Mr. Fizz and lemon lime Mr. Fridge, and then also a classic delicious cola. It is also strange here that the wine bottles do seem to have labels on them, but they're all faced away. I guess they maybe did that to avoid any chance of some like legal thing. Okay, we can see these ones. They definitely, I mean, this could be, it'd be a real stretch to be like, oh, that's my wine bottle dice. You need to pay for it, pay me for it. And the labels just say great, great wine. Very classy. Up here we see a poster for the People's Music. It's taking place May 1st to August 30th, 2028. So I'm guessing that's probably the year this is all taking place in. Very ominous, but we'll see more of these posters in the next area up there. As we come into the first street crossing here, we see some police cruisers. You've probably noticed they say PDNY as opposed to New NYPD. I guess that's, again, probably some legal thing. So it's pretty hard to miss. We got this giant mural here. I asked ChatGPT if it was supposed to be an homage to anything, and it looks just straight up like it's meant to be a jazz portrait mural. But it's pretty cool that someone hand painted this and they were able to blow it up to the size of this without losing any resolution. Next, over on this bus stop bench, we have an advert for La Verdad Ahora Insurance. Nothing crazy, although I do feel like these symbols, some of them have probably been in other Battlefield games. I'm not sure on that one, so if you do recognize any of them, please comment, because I feel like I've seen these. And then to its right, we got an advert for Nicola Cologne. Nothing crazy there. However, I did notice on this trash can, the words reality and new have been scratched onto it. So, it's pretty interesting. Crossing the street, we got Bowditch Brew, Your Way Dry Cleaners, and Brooklyn Cycle. Let's go check them out. First up, we got Bowditch Brew. It's another coffee shop. Not a whole lot here, but you do have another counter you can come take cover behind and try to catch some attackers assaulting the objective. Next door, we got the Your Way Dry Cleaners. Again, it looks like another dead-end building. Another spot you can come bunker down in. Then we got the Brooklyn Cycle, a very small bike shop. Is this door open? No. So mostly just three buildings. You as a defender can come and either set up and try to catch some people attacking the objective, or duck down in case things start getting a little hairy. So it looks like we have an unmarked building here. Looks like another restaurant. However, this one does go into what will be section number 2. And we got some more bathrooms you could be a rat and hide out in if you like. Next door to that, another unmarked building. This one, you go up the stairs and take a right here. And if you're playing defense, you can come over here and have a nice overlook over the objective. Or if you're playing attack, you can actually go here and put some pressure on the various recon guys who will be set up trying to catch people pushing through this area here. Coming out of that is another stairway. I'm finding these for the first time as I'm doing them here with you, so I'm learning all these new places. Again, we have another sniper's rat nest identical to the first one, but now this one again is up on the next objective. And last on the street, we got the Running Bay Deli and Grocery. Let's go check it out. Looks like a pretty straightforward convenience store. However, this one does also go out to the back next area. And oh look, we got more bathrooms. More bathrooms you could be a rat in. That's your style.